That'll work. Channel. Might as well get something out of it. Okay. Let's go here. All right. Hold on, guys. It's about to start in 3 minutes. 4 minutes. It's fine. Okay. All right. Let's get the Iggy notes going. Okay. Do this. We'll do this. Do. A little bit of time still. It's messing with some settings here. Give me a minute. Fine. There we go. All right. What the hell is that noise outside? Alright. Actually, I might move myself to the left. Yeah, or to the right. Nobody needs to see the Twitch chat, right? There we go. Still technically in the spotlight. It's fine. Oh, it's... I need to be more here, huh? Okay, hold on. Move my seat over. Okay. There we go. Alright, now I'm more in line and I'm blocking the Twitch chat. Nobody needs to see that. Alright. Let's do this. I'm gonna make a new Iggy notes. Got 30 seconds to make a new Iggy notes. Iggy notes, here we go. I do this. Sure, this is up all the way. So you guys can hear it. Down just a little bit. Oh, here we go. Diablo 2. Interesting. Was it definitely Diablo 2? No, that was Diablo 3. Hold on, guys. I need to walk out. Sorry. Okay. Change the title, my bad. Ooh.
Welcome to the Diablo Spotlight. This year, we'll be hitting an incredible milestone, 30 years of Diablo. Over 3 decades, we've experienced 5 different Diablo titles, each its own expression of sanctuary. We've embraced new evolutions in technology and the action RPG genre. Our latest installment, Diablo 4, recently revealed its next chapter, Lord of Hatred. The grand face-off with Mephisto is coming. Prepare for the reckoning, because this is a battle you do not want to miss. Diablo Immortal is also heating up. The First and Last King brought us major updates to the storyline, the full release of the new Sharval Wilds, and new Heliquary bosses. The Immortal team will be joining us today to share more about what's coming up this year. Then there's Diablo 2. This game means so much to me. Diablo 2 Resurrected was the first game that I worked on right here at Blizzard. The original game is what got many of us into the ARPG space and still stands today as the pinnacle experience for those of us who love the genre. If you're here for Resurrected, hold on to your health potions, folks.
Oh.
Topping it all off, this is a BlizzCon year. Today's Spotlight kicks off Diablo's road to BlizzCon 2026, and we're thrilled to have you with us. To start this 30th anniversary celebration, we have a very special, very dark surprise.
This for Diablo 2.
How can knowledge be evil if it saves a soul? Should a king tell us how to fight? The church, they uphold the light while we die in the shadows. I denounce the light. I now seek power in the primal, salvation in unholy scripture.
I am a heretic. I break the bones of the damned, build altars of blood to call the darkness.
I have walked amongst demons, found strength in shadow, kinship and madness. Damn the light. I will suffer my own path. I will learn the foul ways of a forbidden tongue. To bind them as a tool of my vengeance.
Warlock.
Branda's traitor. Outlaw. Warlock.
Let them hang us for what we've done.
But when darkness comes for us, it will see hell screaming back.
Diablo Immortal, Diablo Lord of Hatred, and Diablo 2. No joke. Wow. That is insane. A new class for Diablo 2.
I get chills every time I see that, and the team has been all in bringing this to life.
Absolutely. The amount of effort and passion poured into this update has been a true labor of love.
That takes me back to when you and I first started working together on Diablo 2 Resurrected, and I got to see firsthand how deeply you and the team care about this game and the community.
It's amazing to see how far we've come, and that this community is still here, still active, and still loving the game. With that, we're so excited to announce Reign of the Warlock, a brand new major update for Diablo 2 Resurrected. This is the first time in 25 years that Diablo 2 is receiving a new playable class. I've seen so many sunrises playing this game, beginning from when I was a teenager. I still haven't put this game down decades later. To bring the Warlock to life in Diablo 2 Resurrected and see it manifest across Diablo 4 and Diablo Immortal is a massive dream come true. Being able to provide even more for the Diablo 2 community is very special to us.
Diablo 2 has an incredible legacy, and with Reign of the Warlock, Resurrected is stepping into its next era.
As the 8th class for Diablo 2, the Warlock is disciplined, ominous, and incredibly knowledgeable. For years, the Warlock lingered in the shadows, studying secrets no mortal should know. Now, they abandon theory for practice, bringing their dark craft to the battlefield. When it comes to gameplay, the Warlock dominates demons, binding them to his will and consuming them when it suits him. First, summoning. Warlocks can summon 3 distinct demons: the Goatman, the Tainted, and the Defiler. Each is a different tool in the Warlock's arsenal. But the summoning is just the beginning. The depth lies in his ability to bind or consume nearly any demon found in the game.
Oh, snap. For how long?
Binding a demon allows the Warlock to benefit from the demon's unique abilities. You can only bind one demon at a time, but doing so strengthens both the demon and the Warlock. You can also make the choice to consume the demon, remove the demon from play, and literally absorb their essence. This grants the Warlock temporary buffs and traits that can vary between what demon you consume. No matter what demon you draw in, you'll gain increased life and movement speed. Some may grant plus to all skills, some may even grant auras.
And that's just the beginning. Between summoning, binding, and consuming, we're talking hundreds of combinations. And the best part is you can mix and match. Bind a demon for its aura, then absorb another for its resistances before summoning a third to fight by your side. It's a sandbox of dark magic. Outside of mastering demonology, the Warlock can also be a pure caster who channels chaotic magic, hellfire, and destruction.
We're thrilled to introduce a bold new way for players to embody the Warlock fantasy, an approach that blends dark mysticism with raw power. In close quarters combat, the Warlock manipulates weapons with his mind, levitating and hexing two-handed weapons with a flick of his wrist. Our Warlock class is a challenge, a puzzle, and a reward, all wrapped up in a brooding scholarly package.
But Reign of the Warlock isn't just about the new class. The team has also been dropping evolutions in gameplay as well as some quality of life updates. Let's start with one of our favorite playgrounds, Terror Zones. In Reign of the Warlock, there's a new way to control the battle. You have the ability to earn consumables and choose which act becomes terrorized. While an act is terrorized, every zone within it becomes supercharged, offering an elevated difficulty and greater rewards. This puts you back in the driver's seat when reaching the highest levels in the game. And the consumables required to activate them are fully tradable with other players.
In Hell difficulty, you'll encounter something new, Heralds of Terror. These hunters stalk players like easy prey, and each one becomes exponentially more dangerous the next time it finds you in a game. Conquer a terrorized act boss, and you'll have a chance to uncover statues that reference something familiar, but in a new way. Combine all 5 statues in the Herodric Cube to unlock a brand new pinnacle boss encounter against the Colossal Ancients.
Colossal Ancients are a big deal. These battles are tough and designed to push your skills and builds to the next level. We put you in control, letting you choose how and where you want to play, with a truly legendary goal to chase. Colossal Ancients are built as a next evolution of a feature that Diablo 2 players already love. They keep the spirit of the classic experience intact while layering in more control, more challenge, and more reward.
Reign of the Warlock also contains many quality of life features you've been asking for. Let's start with loot filters. These are built directly into the game. No external mods,
Loot
no
filters
third-party
coming to
tools.
Diablo 2, that's
You can
insane.
create your own, share them with friends, or grab community presets like Starter Warlock and plug them right in. It's simple, flexible, and totally community-driven.
Then there's advanced stash tabs. We've added more of them, and for the first time ever, items in your stash can be stacked. No more juggling 99 gems across 4 pages. You'll find dedicated tabs for materials, gems, and runes.
It's like Path
It's
of Exile.
cleaner, faster, and way less tedious.
Finally, the Chronicle. Players have been tracking their collections in spreadsheets and third-party websites for years. Now, we've brought that experience in-game. The Chronicle lets you track every item you've ever collected. Uniques, sets, rune words, all in a freshly designed UI that even tells you
I
when
think they are
and
trying to
where
smash
you
PoE in
found
the
it.
face.
Most importantly, you'll unlock rewards you can show off to your friends. We
kinda
also
cool.
wanted to honor the way people have played Diablo 2 for decades. Whether you prefer Diablo 2 Classic or want to keep playing Resurrected, you can. Reign of the Warlock lives in the same client, with your existing characters safely separated.
If you want to bring your character forward, you can transfer it. If you got a character in Classic, move it to Resurrected. If you've been grinding in Resurrected, carry it into Reign of the Warlock. You can't go backwards, but you can always go forward on your terms.
Reign of the Warlock wasn't built in a vacuum. Creators like Mr. Llama, Gymnasium, BT, and Kano have been deep in the dungeons with us, playtesting, theory crafting, and giving feedback on everything from class fantasy to stash flow. So if you've ever played Diablo 2, no matter when you first journeyed into Sanctuary, this is your moment. Come celebrate with us. Reign
That's
of the
pretty
Warlock
cool.
brings brand new ways to play for everyone, and we can't wait to see more sunrises with this community now and for the years to come. But we've been saving the best for last.
Oh,
Reign of the Warlock will be live today.
damn. That's pretty cool. Live today.
This is all hell could marshal forth. Let us begin.
Congrats to everybody that has Diablo 2 Resurrected.
These creatures of darkness shall yield to me, or perish.
Freaking stall is worth it. Also, I love how it says up here, you're not allowed to co-stream Diablo's broadcast. Oops. Make sure this is on the right quality source, yeah. Okay. Ooh, man. Yep. Oh, is the stream pretty loud? Hold on. How's that? I wasn't sure what the volume was
Dive
like
into
on
Diablo 2 Resurrected right now on Battle.net, PlayStation,
80%.
Xbox, and Switch. Plus, with your purchase of Reign of the Warlock, unlock some exclusive cosmetics for Diablo 4 and World of Warcraft to show off your dark allegiance across realms. So get in the fight and stop bending demons to your will.
Nice.
So there you have it. We've kicked off the 30th anniversary with a huge update to Diablo 2 Resurrected. But the celebration doesn't stop there. Starting today, you can enter our Voice the Warlock contest on Instagram. It'll be judged by the Warlock himself, Rahul Kohli. If you want to join, tag @PlayDiablo and add #VoiceTheWarlock for a chance for you and a friend to win a trip to London for Diablo's Infernal Symphony on June 6th, 2026. Official contest details are available on our blog. Next up for our 30th anniversary celebration, let's turn our attention to Diablo Immortal, a perfect bridge connecting the legendary tales of Diablo 2 and Diablo 3.
Diablo Immortal is 3 years into its legendary journey. It's been incredible to see millions of players carve their path through Sanctuary, and somehow, the demons still haven't learned their lesson.
Not for lack of trying on our end. You all have been relentless.
And if you're joining us for the first time, welcome.
Diablo Immortal was created to bring that classic Diablo dungeon-delving, loot-chasing magic to the small screen. And for many of us on the development team, it's a love letter to the moment we first stepped into Sanctuary.
I remember my first step vividly. My brother was actually the one who introduced me to the game. He told me it's a really, really fun game, but it might just be a little too scary for 13-year-old me. I spent a couple of months sitting on the sidelines, watching my brother brave the horrors I couldn't face quite yet. Today, I am pleased to say I overcame my fear and fell in love with Sanctuary. And my brother, he now works in finance. I am so proud to be part of the Immortal team, which is why I'm happy to kick off our anniversary celebration by announcing the arrival of our very own Warlock.
After the events of Diablo 2, the rediscovery of Vizjerai magic has spread. Our Warlock is even more reckless with this dark power than her predecessors. She's here to save the world, but she's going to do it her way, wielding the tools of hell to push back Sanctuary's demons. In her eyes, anyone who refuses to fight fire with fire is simply naive. She's not hiding her powers away. She's daring you to challenge her.
We built the Warlock for our players who love hovering on that very thin line between hero and villain. When it comes to power, the Warlock practices the ancient art of the Vizjerai, magic so dark it was buried beneath Sanctuary long ago. In Immortal, that legacy lives on. She can open portals to hell, summon demonic weapons from the Hellforge, and of course, command demons. At the heart of her arsenal is the Soul Gorger, a beast powered by devouring other demons and absorbing their traits. We've designed a monstrous maw that stretches from its mouth all the way to its stomach. So when it consumes, it's a full body transformation. And her mastery of brutal powers doesn't just stop there. In her main hand, it's a demon head, not just a scalp, a literal freaking demon skull. In her offhand, a sacrificial blade. These unique weapons fuel multiple skills, spewing fire, slashing holes in reality, and summoning and chaining demons.
Alongside the Warlock, we're also releasing a dedicated origin quest, a little appetizer that explores her backstory. It's a journey into the shadows and a chance to understand what drives our new class. We'll have more updates as development continues.
Now let's talk about a Warlock-centric location. Loot Golem is back and grimmer than ever before. We've honored the legacy of Diablo 2 Resurrected by preserving key landmarks, the gates, the central plaza, and the architecture that defined the city for a generation of players. But because this is Diablo, its beauty and history have now been desecrated by a demonic occupation. We've also expanded and split the city into 2 districts, the Common Ward and the High Ward. The Common Ward is chaos incarnate. Graffiti of blood, hanging bodies, and corruption seeping through the sewers. It's a bustling town where you meet a motley crew of artisans. Elzix, Farah, Drognin, Mesheath, Adma, and many others.
By contrast, the High Ward is eerie in its elegance. The buildings are refined, but darkness has soaked into their stones. To move Lut Gholeyn's architecture forward in time, we took inspiration from real-world Moroccan cities with vibrant patterns and rich textures in every corner. They create a stark contrast with the layers of violence and decay that define everything in Sanctuary. And beneath Lut Gholeyn, in its dungeons, you'll find carvings of Vizjurai runes, remnants of the ancient summoners who practiced their dangerous arts here in secret.
The Warlock story is literally carved into the undercity of Lut Gholeyn. The more you explore, the more you'll uncover the truth about a dangerous power that's only as good as its wielder, a legacy of mastering dark forces and sometimes being mastered by them.
We're nearly ready to put the Warlock into your hands. The class is scheduled to arrive this June. In addition to the Warlock, we've got other world-shaping stories coming to Immortal this year, and they begin with our next big bad. We're witnessing the triumphant return of the Maiden of Anguish, the Demon Queen Andariel. In Immortal's story, Andariel is 10 steps ahead of us. She's conquered Lut Gholeyn and sent her barges sweeping across Sanctuary, abducting people to drink in the anguish of an entire world. For what purpose? You'll have to play to find out. With Andariel, we're emphasizing the horror of fighting a being that wants you to drown in your own torment. Not just the scary things you see, but the ones you feel in your gut. Everywhere that Andariel touches becomes claustrophobic and harrowing.
To make Andariel's anguish-inducing design instantly recognizable, we've refreshed her classic look. She's domineering, equal parts regal, and sadistic. And she hasn't forgotten how things ended for her the last time she walked Sanctuary.
Looks like Kerrigan.
She's driven by nothing less than a desire for dark godhood, to stand supreme among her brothers with a new approach to the eternal conflict.
Our story in Immortal's 4th year sends familiar places and people into an era unlike anything Sanctuary has yet seen.
We've got a packed year ahead, and our roadmap deepens the world of Diablo Immortal even further. Beyond the Warlock and the expansion of Lut Gholeyn, we'll be rolling out a new subzone each quarter, complete with wanted monsters and bounties. We're also adding a new battleground event and continuing to improve the system, drawing upon your feedback. We'll be making updates to classic zone events, summoning new Helcori bosses, adding new ambient quests, and improving the PD timer for legendary gem drops. And we'll share more as we get closer.
We want story and gameplay to move together, with each update pushing our boundaries and making Sanctuary feel more alive.
To celebrate today's spotlight, we've got a promo code available for all players. And whether you've been with us for a while or jumping in for the first time, join us on our Discord and be part of the conversation. This 4th year story in Diablo Immortal is a tentpole moment, scattered with heroes, villains, big piles of corpses, and let's be honest, even bigger piles of loot.
You know, much like Emil, playing Diablo at 13 haunted me, in a good way. It woke me up to the Gothic style that I still love so much today. It was fast-paced, transgressive, and it had the best character progression of anything I'd ever played. Diablo was a revolution in the way I thought about RPGs. The beauty of Sanctuary is that it's hope tangled with terror at every turn. As designers, we're hungry to answer the big questions about this world. What kind of earth-shattering events lead to the era Deckard Cain called the end of days?
And what scars run so deep that people would rather barricade their doors than risk the world outside?
What demonic plots reshape Sanctuary and set up the age of Diablo 3? What ushers in the time of the Nephilim? We've barely scratched the surface, and there's so much more on the horizon for Diablo Immortal thanks to you. We want to give a massive thank you to all our players for sticking with us and helping make Sanctuary what it is today. We're so happy that you're part of Diablo's 30-year legacy.
Now let's turn our gaze toward Diablo 4. We're about to introduce the second new class in Lord of Hatred, dig into brand new features, and talk about big updates coming to endgame and core systems. Let's get into it.
Diablo 4 has come a long
here
way
we go.
since launch. It's been amazing to see this game grow into something bigger, sharper, and more ambitious than ever. And honestly, Zavin, one of my favorite things is to see players push every system we build to its limits.
Yeah, our players don't sit on the sidelines. In fact, I'm sure they're all over the comments section right now. And we love it. It helps us understand not just what's working, but where we can evolve.
This expansion builds on everything we've learned so far. Class balance, endgame, core systems. This is our chance to take all of those core pillars and push them even further. So today, we'll be diving into new features, a new region, and a new endgame. But first, let's take a look at a new class, the Warlock.
Ooh, here we go.
Across the Diablo universe, we will get to watch the Warlock evolve. In Diablo 2 Resurrected, they honed their earliest arcane powers. Then in Diablo Immortal, their journey takes a rebellious turn, embracing darker forces and forging their own path. Now in Diablo 4, the Warlock stands at the height of their strength, fully unleashed and ready to shape the fate of Sanctuary. This class is all about turning the wrath of hell against itself, with metal chains, flames, and utter destruction. The Diablo 4 Warlock is like a heavy metal album cover come to life, fighting fire with fire. We have so much more to share about our Warlock, enough that we're dedicating a full developer update to Warlock on March 5th. That's where we'll go deep on the class, their lore, gameplay, and more. For now, let's talk about how the Warlock and our other new class, the Paladin, are central to the themes of Lord of Hatred.
Many of you have already been playing as the Paladin, experiencing their holy might firsthand. With the Paladin representing light and purity, Warlocks are their darker counterpart, anti-heroes harnessing the power of hell. This duality is central to the theme of Lord of Hatred. It's the eternal conflict between angels and demons, with humanity stuck in the center.
As you play through the campaign, prepare to be drawn into a tale where Mephisto's shadow looms even larger. It's an unfolding saga of hatred, treachery, and the search for salvation, building towards a reckoning that will leave a lasting mark on Sanctuary. The campaign unfolds in Lord of Hatred's new zone, Skavos. Skavos is a dangerous land, visually inspired by ancient Mediterranean landscapes. You'll explore rugged coastlines, mountainous highlands, ancient temples, and more monster variety than ever. Skavos is the birthplace of humanity, where Lilith and Inarius began it all. You'll see the Blessed Mother and the Heavenly Father carved into the marble structures of Themis, the capital city.
Themis is the bustling epicenter of Skavos. Marble walls, eerie elegance, vibrant patterns, and rich textures all blend to create a hauntingly beautiful landscape. There's a town square teeming with whispers of the firstborn. You'll uncover secrets of the Ascari, the primevals, and the ancient wars that shaped the world. It's a place where every corner tells a story. Plus, we built Themis to be the ideal endgame city, crafted to streamline your access to everything you'll want once the campaign is concluded.
While we keep the story under wraps for now, let's talk about Endgame in Lord of Hatred and one of its major new features, War Plans. War Plans give you more control and depth in how you experience the endgame. You create a playlist of up to 5 activities, drawing from endgame modes: the Pit, Infernal Hordes, Hell Tides, Nightmare Dungeons, Lair Bosses, and the Undercity. Pick what you want, pick your rewards, and jump in.
As you complete activities through War Plans, you'll earn progression towards a unique skill tree for each of these activities.
Oh, nice.
These trees let you customize and modify how each activity plays. You can change the rewards, tweak the monster spawns, even bring features from one activity into another.
That's
One
nice.
of the best parts is how War Plans makes the endgame more accessible. If you're a new player or returning after a break, You can just pick your playlist and start playing, learning the systems as you go. But for veterans, there's a ton of meta progression and build diversity to explore. War plans are really about letting you shape your own endgame experience. You decide what you want to focus on, what you want to avoid, and how you want to play.
And for those of you seeking an adrenaline rush, we're also introducing a hyper rare event called Echoing Hatred. If you're lucky enough to find a very rare Trace of Echoes golden ticket in a loot drop, you'll gain access to the Echoing Hatred event. There, you'll face infinite waves of enemies and escalating difficulty. Each run feels different, with randomized monsters that force you to adapt your build and tactics on the fly. The deeper you go, the more intense the encounters become. Each wave will test your mastery of the mechanics and resource management to the point where we might even throw multiple bosses at you at the same time. The longer you last, the better the loot. And how long you last is completely up to your skill.
I know the entire team is excited for War Plans and Echoing Hatred, but this might be a good time to talk about the why.
After the campaign wraps up, that's when the real journey begins for a lot of our players. Endgame isn't just a bonus, it's what keeps you coming back to Sanctuary.
And it's more than just adding new events. We want these features to feel meaningful. Quality of life changes, like making activities more approachable or letting you customize how you play, make a huge difference.
There's nothing worse than feeling lost after the credits roll. With features like War Plans and rare events like Echoing Hatred, you get new goals and reasons to experiment even after returning from a break.
It's all about giving you control and variety. Endgame should be as interesting and rewarding as the story. That's why we're so focused on quality of life improvements and fresh features for everyone. Now, let's talk systems updates, which also feed into this philosophy. These updates will completely refresh how you build your power your way. Let's start with skill trees. We've seen the joke that they're more like skill twigs. That ends here. With the release of Lord of Hatred, every player will reap the benefits of a completely overhauled, massively expanded skill tree system. The changes are built to give you more customization than ever before,
maybe not.
Right from the moment you start playing. No more waiting for random item drops or late game progression to really flesh out your build. Now you'll have meaningful choices and options in your skill tree from the moment you choose your first skills.
We're adding new customization options to every single skill across the entire tree. It isn't just a small tweak. It's a major disruption to the current class system. Our goal is to make theory crafting go much, much further with more complexity than ever before.
For instance, take the Sorcerer's iconic Hydra skill. Previously, you could only boost its burning damage or ramp up its critical strike potential. With the revamped skill tree, you can fine-tune Hydra to your unique playstyle. Want your Hydras to attack faster or last longer? You can choose to have their attacks trigger explosions or continually burn everything in close proximity. You can even completely transform the skill, turning your Hydras into Frost Hydras to unlock new combos with all your other Frost abilities. The new options let you experiment with every possibility as you refine the build that's most fun for you.
And we're not leaving any class behind. Alongside the Paladin and the Warlock, every class will be getting these updates, and they will be available to all players, regardless of Lord of Hatred ownership. Each class will get more than 40 rework choices and over 80 additional options. Lord of Hatred owners are going to get even more, with over 20 additional transformative skill choices.
On top of the skill tree overhaul, we're adding a brand new itemization system, the Talisman, and with it comes the return of charms and sets. Here's how it works. Once you get your Talisman, charms will begin dropping in the game. For a charm to be active, it must be placed inside your Talisman. Charms can be of any rarity, but the set charms have the greatest potential. Equipping multiple charms from the same set will unlock additional set bonuses. With the Talisman, charms, and sets, you can customize and fine-tune your characters like never before with the powers of the greatest Herodrum.
And speaking of Herodrum, Lord of Hatred comes with the Herodric Cube, a legendary tool for a legendary way to craft. You'll combine rare materials, unlock additional properties, and forge items that fit your playstyle. The Herodric Cube is the beginning of your chase for late game greatness,
So how
opening up
does...
new opportunities to shape your journey and pursue those ultimate rewards. It's a heartfelt callback to the Cube in Diablo 2, now reimagined for Diablo 4's itemization. Next, loot filters.
Huh.
They've finally arrived. You've been asking for this since day one, and we've heard you. Whether you're chasing uniques or filtering out junk, loot filters give you the right amount of control over your journey. While we're so excited to finally be adding loot filters to the game, we are going to continue to listen to your feedback and stay committed to refining loot filters over time to make sure that it works for you.
This is shaping up to be quite a year for Diablo 4. Perfect
weird.
timing for Diablo's 30th anniversary. I've been playing Diablo for as long as I've been gaming on PCs, starting with a burned copy of Diablo handed to me by a friend at school. Discovering the game's randomized content blew my mind, and soon I was playing Diablo 2 online at PC cafes, eventually diving into modding and joining Blizzard. I've been a proud servant of hell ever since. We hope this year's expansion and all its new features spark that same sense of discovery and excitement you felt when you first stepped into Sanctuary. Whether you're exploring Skovos or reaching your greatest potential within your class fantasy, or simply celebrating another milestone with the Diablo community, we're grateful to have you with us. Thank you for being a part of this adventure.
When darkness comes for us, it will see hell screaming back.
It is so cool to see the Warlock class rise across the Diablo universe. From the scholarly manipulator, to the punk rock demon commander, to the metal powerhouse. This tells a story that spans generations, illuminating the legacy of the Vajari and the strength of those bold enough to wield its forbidden power. You can dive into the origins of the Diablo Warlock and so much more right now in Reign of the Warlock, live today in Diablo 2 Resurrected. We love bringing Sanctuary to life, and we're grateful that you could join us to help us kick off Diablo's 30th anniversary. On behalf of everyone here today,
There you go.
and the Diablo team across the globe, thank you for being a part of this journey with us. Are we clear? Are we good?
All right.
Oh my God, they're gonna freak out at BlizzCon when we announce it.
Thanks for watching. Alright, guys. So let's... Hold on, let me pop myself back on the screen. There we go. Move myself back over. Alright, so let's go over this real quick. Good God. There goes the, there goes all that fun stuff. Hold on just 1 second. I'm gonna try and find the YouTube video real quick. We can deep dive into this a little bit better. Alright, so YouTube, where are you? Okay, so this was the live stream. It's not showing it. Well, screw it, we can still do, or do they not allow? They don't allow it on theirs to do. Oh, you pieces of crap. Alright, well, we'll just do it off of mine then, since they don't like people reversing. What happened to Vanilla? Warlock announced for literally every single game that they own, except for Diablo 3. Warlock was announced for Diablo 2, Warlock was announced for Diablo Immortal, and Warlock was announced for Diablo 4. Unfortunately, they did not get into the specifics for Diablo 4. That's going to be on the dev update. So hold on. I'm going to do this. So let's do... I know I'm watching myself at real time. So hold on. Diablo 2 had it. I'm just going through mine because apparently they didn't unlock the ability to skip through things. on their own live stream, so I have it right here. Okay, so we've got Diablo 4 Warlock developer update. They had a cool trailer for it. New Scovos Island, obviously we know about that. So let me see here. War plans. So let's get into the war plans. So the war plans, they said that you can choose what you want. Wow, players miss their Night Elf Warlock, yeah, pretty much. And their Night Elf Mohawk. So war plans, you choose up to 5 things you want to do endgame content-wise, and then you pick out what your rewards are. So this one says rank 3 out of 10, complete 2 out of 4 war plans to improve rewards. You also get a passive skill tree over here to beef up your endgame content for whatever you want. There's pits, dungeons, compasses, all sorts of things. Let me see if we can go through here. That was... Come on. Oops. See if I can get to the clip here. Oh, here we go. Okay. Oh, hold on. Okay, so Astros Amalgam. Amalgam range can ambush you during a boss fight with a nightmare dungeon. Killing it in nightmare dungeons can drop unique items associated with Astaroth. Okay, interesting. Let's see. Okay, so this is like the passive tree they were talking about for Infernal Hordes specifically. You no longer gain gem fragments in Infernal Hordes and instead gain bonus Obdicite. That's kind of cool. In case you don't need gem fragments, I mean, that's nice. See if I can pause it at the right moment. Let's see. Okay, so layer bosses, Undercity. Get different like skill trees toward these things, or like a skill passive. Let's see, Obdicite. Let's see, Astaroths. Beast Assault. When fighting a boss in a nightmare dungeon, the Beast in Ice can sometimes appear and attack you. Killing a boss that the Beast in Ice is assisting has a chance to drop unique items from the Beast of Ice in its own lair. Got it. In its own chest. That makes sense. Okay. See if there's anything else that they talk about for the particular thing. Hold on. Okay. Whoa. God, they go too fast on this stuff. Hold on. Trying to get it like one by one. Come on. Okay. Alright, so the first one, I missed the very first one, but purge across the Undercity, descend into the Undercity, a grand amount of spoils of Obdicite, 25 activity experience. Okay, so that must, either that's for the rank, or that's for this. And I'm not sure which. Complete war plans with this activity to progress. Okay. Why is this so difficult to... Why can't you guys just stick on one thing for like longer than 2 seconds? Enter the pit and conquer its deadly grand amount of jewelry, spoils, 25 activity experience. So basically you decide how you want to go down on the list, what the rewards are going to be, essentially. Doesn't look like you chose your rewards, but in the sense that if they're linked to that activity, it'll show you what rewards it gives. So technically you can choose your reward depending on which one you go for. So that makes more sense. Let's see. Do you want to start the war plan? Your choices will be locked in. You will receive your rewards upon completion. Okay, so they've got everything decided, it looks like. See, that's 2 nightmare dungeons. I'm not... That's the pit. The hell was this for? Helltides? And this one is... I'm not sure what this one is. I didn't quite see it. Yeah. Alright. So that's the Hell Tides. You got the Echoing Hatred, which was kill as many enemies as possible before you're overwhelmed. It looked like there was a meter up here that showed basically how many enemies were in there with you. And obviously if you don't kill them fast enough, you'll just get overrun and then the meter will fill up and then you fail. Or if you die, you fail. Let's see. What do we got here? Dungeon cleared, tier reached 50, monsters killed 749, bosses killed 7. Personal best, keeps track of your personal bests. Okay, and then obviously it drops all sorts of loot depending. Goblin's plunder was in there. Saw a bunch of those bags. Let's see. Where are... Okay, skill tree we work. So we had... Okay, so this is the original skill tree. And let's see, this is the new one. This is for Necromancer specifically. I still don't see passives for our... Wait a minute. You guys see this down here? Hold on. Can it go a little bit lower? I don't think it will. It's got to be the minions. Are the minions now in our skill tree? No. I think the minions might be in our skill tree. What is the... Hold on. Okay. So if we pop up the original here, so let's do some... Hold on. Let's do some comparisons here. So we've got... Interesting. So that's Corpse Explosion. Oh, hold on. Let me go back just a little bit. Okay. So huge overhaul. These are the basic attacks, right? So we've got the basic attacks up here. These are the core skills. You got 1, 2... Doesn't oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 core skills now. We have 5 now. The 6th one would be adding the skeletons, I would imagine. So they're adding the skeletons as its own skill within it. So what happens to the Book of the Dead? And then this is... So they changed this around. Because you can see the summons here, along with Blight here. So you got Corpse Explosion, Corpse Tendrils, along with, I want to say that's warriors instead of, like, the mages are over here. Right? Right now we have Skeletal Mage Mastery. Yeah, this is all the... These are all the masteries and stuff for your summons. So they definitely switch things around. They've got... Corpse Explosion currently is here, along with Blood Mist and Bone Prism. That's not the case anymore. You only have the 3 here. Oops. Didn't mean to do that, but this is fine. Oh, this is... Okay, this is the core skills again. Yeah, mages with their own passives. 3 different types of mages. Which coincides with what we currently have. 3 different types of mages. Let me see. You guys go any more into the skill tree? Goes into Barbarian. So let's see what they got. Hammer of the Ancients. May only select one upgrade. Hammer of the Ancients quakes outward and deals damage. 441,000 damage. Hammer of the Ancients forms seismic line that deals... slows enemies, okay. And then what's the last one? Summons 2 Ancients to hammer the same area. If burning enemies are struck, they explode. Now deals fire damage, okay. think I already know which one people are going to pick anyway. So, all right. Anyway, I want to go back to the where was it? Go back to the skill tree again, real quick. Okay. So now this is moved. So these two have moved down here where the curses used to be. You've also got Bone Spirit. I don't know what that is. That might actually be your golem. Wish they would pan it down, but they don't. Damn. Yeah. Okay. And obviously, Corpse Explosion. Where are we? Corpse Explosion has the Blighted Corpse, which looks like it's still there, and then probably Plagued Corpse Explosion, and a third option. Be my best guess. So yeah, okay. However, where are these guys? Maximum essence increased. Core skill damage increased, but costs more essence. And then lucky hit chance, chance to create a corpse. Like, where are those? I see it. Oh, oops. Like, I see it there, but that's connected to Reap. I want to say that's that. What is that one? Trying to match up things here with what we currently have. They may have just completely reworked where the passives are and tied it to certain things, which would be kind of annoying. Those look identical, whatever this passive is. There's that one, which should be... Maximum Essence is tied to your Bone Spear? That would be weird. So this is tied to not Reap, Sever, I'm sorry. So if the hued flash, although that shows it exploding, so it might not be exactly the same. Oh, this one, Fueled by Death. Deal 3% increased damage for 6 seconds after consuming a corpse, which would be on the Reap. Weird. Very weird for the passives. They seem to be tied to these skills. I don't know how that would work. 83 points spent. Okay. That's even weirder. Very, very weird. Alright. Well. There you go. Very interesting. Holy crap. Let's go into... They talked about the loot filter, because... Let me see. We'll deep dive... Oh, the talisman system. Let me see what they had for that. Okay, so talisman system, once you unlock your talisman, charms would start to drop. So we have unlocks 5 charm slots. Total armor cannot have more than 5 sockets, but can equip 2 unique charms. It just sounds weird to me. Charm set Dark Pact. 8%, 5 to 9 damage. 5 to 9 damage while moving. Oh. Interesting. Okay, so you put that in the middle, and then you have these set charms that you can put around it. Let's see. +2 rapid fire, poison resist. 2 set. When you cast a marksman basic skill, you gain a stack of vengeance, which grants 6% increased movement speed and 12% increased damage for your marksman skills. Vengeance stacks up to 5 times and loses 1 stack every 4 seconds. When you have vengeance, you gain Dark Shroud Shadow every 2 seconds. Oh. Oh no. Oh, come on. It won't show me the whole thing. There it is. Okay. You also gain 25% damage reduction whenever you have at least 1 shadow and knock back close enemies when you lose a shadow. It doesn't show the... There's got to be like a 4th or 5th or 6th set. There's 5 total with that, but they didn't show it. Hmm. These could potentially be huge. Alright, Herodic Cube. Okay, here we go. So he hovers over this. It's only got 3. It's a rare item. It only has 3. And 900 item power right there. So we know 900 is definitely on the list for item power. Int obviously is much increased on a 900 item power level. We have maximum life. We have cooldown reduction. Alright, so adds a random affix to an item. Tuning prisms can be used to modify the category of the affix that is added. Okay. You got transfigure item, add affix, chaotic reroll, amalgamation, 3-to-1 transmutation, recycle uniques, upgrade to legendary, upgrade to unique, reroll set charm, and craft unique charm. Holy crap. Interesting. Okay, so he put it in there. He's adding an affix to it. Transmute binds it to your account so you cannot trade it. Once you make it, gave himself resource regeneration on it. Now account bound. Requires level 70. Okay. Interesting. Alright, and then we get into the loot filters. Let's see what we got here. The new loot filter, add your rules, recolor GA legendaries, recolor GA uniques, recolor GA weapons, recolor mythic uniques, recolor talismans. Got it. I want to see him add a rule. Oh, here we go. So visibility, you can recolor them. Condition has required affixes. One affix selected, one greater affix selected. Must have at least one of the selected affixes. Perfect. Greater affix checks must have at least one greater affix. Codex upgrade check. Codex up. Oh, that's nice. So it'll pop it out if it has a codex upgrade for you. Ancestral check. Perfect. Item rarity match. Common, magic, rare, legendary, unique, mythic. Item power range 900 max 900. Okay. And then we have, let's see. He added GA accessories. Okay. Add condition. We got. Okay. Item power range, item rarity match, ancestral check, codex upgrade check, greater affix check, item type match, has required affixes, has optional affixes, is specific unique, talisman set bonus. Okay. Got legendary, add a condition. Okay. And then when he pops it open, looks like all of these are grayed out, but they're still there. And the one that's showing up is the ring, probably because it has a better codex upgrade, would be my best guess. Interesting. I would have thought it would have just not shown the other ones. Alright. So that was it. Very interesting. Alright. Did I pop this back up? Alright. So yeah, that seems to be... Oh, oops. That's not what I meant to do. Okay. So yeah, that seems to be about it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I made a post in the forum, obviously, as I normally do. Just for some other stuff. I'll try to update it a little bit based on what I've seen and going back over the stream. But we'll see how it goes. Might just be a recolor not hidden. Won't know till we get our hands on it. Yeah, I agree with you there, Panda Necromancer. We'll see how it goes. They just went through everything like so damn fast on the damn stream. I was like, wait, I want to stop. I want to go down and check things out, but it seems interesting. Necromancer summons seem to be attached to our skill tree now, no longer in the book. So that makes me wonder what happens to the book, if anything, for our necromancers. We'll see though. I'm not sure. But yeah. Project Cube looks like they kind of combined some of the recipes from Diablo 2, some of the recipes from Diablo 3, and then just made their own recipes for Diablo 4 and made it more deterministic depending on what you're looking for. Obviously, it looked like there was a chaotic transmutation of some sort that probably just gives you a random item or randomizes your stuff. So we'll see. Oh, name unknown. I'm sorry. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Honestly, it looks promising. I really want to get into the skill tree, see how that works. That's like the biggest thing for me right now. Not to mention Paladin's going to be changed a little bit, and obviously Warlock is going to be brand new. So we'll see how it goes. Unfortunately, we didn't get any update on the Warlock and how it works in Diablo 4. Although based on how it works in Diablo 2 and then the Diablo Immortal stuff that we saw, I could imagine it's summoning demons of some sort and possibly taking over some. Should be cool. Diablo 2's looked fun, along with some extra spells and things like that. And you only know you as the other on forums. Gotcha. No worries. But yeah, it looks promising. I'll say that. I can't say one way or the other, but until we get to look at it, hopefully we'll get a PTR before the expansion hits. We can see the skill rework. Definitely an item level change, so I know Eternal players will not be happy about that, but I kind of figured this was coming regardless. At least level 900 is confirmed on that particular trailer or during this announcement. So, more items, bigger stuff. What concerned me more was the talisman and the amount of damage that was shown just on the tooltip of certain things, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I'll update the forum post a little bit, but that's all the time I have for right now, guys. I'll be streaming later, but it won't be Diablo related. It'll be No Rest for the Wicked. So if anybody's interested in that, I will be definitely streaming that later tonight. But anyway, yeah, Old Judgment till you get your hands on it. Exactly. I agree with you. Yeah, level 70 new cap we knew about. They mentioned that in the small little roadmap that they had for it. We knew the rework was coming. Oh, they didn't go over fishing. Like anybody particularly cares. But I mean, it's fishing. Come on. That was like the only thing they didn't touch up on during this live stream was the fishing. So we'll see. But no, I like the way war plans look. The fact that you get like a little passive skill tree to throw stuff in there to make your stuff harder and possibly get better rewards. I like the way the echoing, was it echoing hatred? What the hell it was called? Echoing something. Looked pretty good. So that looked fun. And obviously I look forward to the March, I think it was March 5th they said for the Warlock update. But yeah, I'm definitely interested in the new class. But we'll see how it goes. And obviously we won't know about the new zones and stuff in the new story, but that's perfectly fine. I don't expect them to reveal any of that information until we finally get our hands on it. But still, it looks good. Anyway, I will see you guys later tonight if you want to join me to watch No Rest for the Wicked. If not, have fun, enjoy yourselves, and I will see you later.